Supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe.
And 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe. And worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hello, Montgomery County, and welcome to Toast the Town with Christy and Mel. Yes, I'm having some technical difficulties, but hey, what's new? Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to Moxie Innovative, and we are here live in the Lone Star Community Radio studios here in downtown Conroe. It is a kind of a gross day outside, but you know what? It's going to get better. It's going to get better. My partner in crime, Miss Mel, is out of town this week, and so I had considered canceling the show. But then I had a couple of outstanding friends decide to step up and come and join me today. So if you're fixing to leave for your lunch hour, make sure if you're in the downtown Conroe area, you can turn into 104.5 or 106.1 on your FM dial, or you can tune in live on Facebook on the Moxie Innovative Facebook page or irlonestar.com, because you won't want to miss a minute as I introduce my guests. Ms. Sharla Grayson and Mr. Mike Fortner. How are y'all doing today?
Doing well. Thank you, Christy, for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for coming and joining us today. You know, it's been a while. Mike, we've had you on the show before, but it's been a little bit. And Sharla, this is your first time to Toast of the Town.
It is. I'm very excited.
I know.
I feel so privileged.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, you should be.
You know,
we all are.
One of these days we're going to have a show where it's just going to be like the Wolfpack Hour.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it'll be so
we'll
much
have a
fun.
lot of. I hope Dick has the beep button.
Yes,
Yeah.
lots of beeps. Well, before we get started, there are a couple of things I want to bring up. First of all, we have some events coming up, and we're going to get to your big event here shortly. Lake Conroe area Republican women next week on the 21st have the American Hero Essay Winners luncheon that's going to be at the Lone Star Community Center. That is on April 21st, starting at 11:30 a.m. And they also have their Flight 2022 fundraiser coming up on April 24th. The Conroe Chamber is having their morning mingle at Whataburger this month, starting at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. Also in downtown Conroe tomorrow night, the Dirty River Boys are giving a free concert right down in Heritage Park at 7 p.m. And then, of course, we have Easter weekend coming up, Good Friday this Friday, Easter Sunday, and then lots of different activities coming up in the coming weeks that we're going to keep you tuned in about. But first of all, I want to start by talking about a little event that's coming up on the 24th called Guns versus Ladders. And I'm getting it right this time.
Yes.
So, Ms. Sharla, why don't you tell us a little bit about Guns versus Ladders?
Well, it's a cornhole tournament and a cornhole for a cause, if you will.
Cornhole for a cause.
And it's going to be held at Sawyer Park down in South County, in the Woodlands area. April 24th, it's a Sunday afternoon from 12 to 6. So what we're going to do is have a little cornhole tournament, and it's going to be it's going to be a fun fair. I wish,
But competitive fun fair.
Yeah,
I've heard,
it's firefighters versus police officers.
Well, and I know some of the people that are signing up already, and so it is sure to be interesting and fun, no doubt.
Laughs galore.
Laughs galore.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's presented by Boone's Restoration, and we've got some top sponsors: America's ER and Urgent Care,
whom you're very familiar with.
I'm very familiar
Yes.
with them. Republic EMS.
Yes.
And then we have some what we call our blue steel sponsors.
Oh.
I know. Corporate Incentives, Richmond Consulting, Richmond Realty, Wygant Law, and Woodlands Young Learners Group. We also have our Justice of the Peace Precinct 3, Matt Beasley.
Who also has an event coming up in a couple
Yes,
weeks.
he does. And then Austin Bank. So, so it's like we're going to have a really good time. We have about 8 teams already signed up. We would like to have a few more.
Yeah.
And if you want to sign up, you can do that online. That's Sawyer Park's website.
SawyerPark.com/guns.
Well, you can just go to the website and click on events, and then you'll find it that way.
Excellent.
And then it's $150 per team, a team of 2.
And it's a double elimination, right?
It is a double elimination.
Awesome.
And so the winners will receive 2 custom cornhole boards. So that means 2 sets.
Wow.
And then we've got some silent auction items, including a Patrick Reed putter and iron set made by Grinder Works.
Okay.
I sound like I'm very familiar with all this, don't I?
Like we're big golfers.
I know, yeah. I just like to drive the car.
Yeah, me too. And so for that $150 entry fee, obviously it makes you eligible to win.
Right.
But you also get some.
Oh, yeah,
some
you
food,
get a lunch, barbecue lunch, and 1 adult beverage.
one adult beverage of your choosing.
I believe it's a frosty beer, but don't quote me on that.
I won't quote you on anything. So if you are a cornhole player, now I'm not great at cornhole. I played washers this past weekend
Oh, yeah,
at
on
the beach.
That's the best way.
It was so fun, but I'm so not very skilled at it.
Well, I'm not sporty spice,
Yeah.
so we all know this. But I'm a very good athletic supporter.
And you're also fantastic at emceeing.
Oh well, we'll see about that.
So I'm wondering what it's going to take to throw you off whenever you get started emceeing this cornhole event. Like, are you going to be doing like a play-by-play?
Well, I am. I'm going to try. I need to read up on the rules. So,
So you can keep it all in line.
so yeah, exactly.
And all the proceeds for this event are going to support local firefighters and police officers, correct?
Absolutely. The Woodlands Firefighter Foundation, which benefits the Montgomery County first responders, and also the 100 Club, which benefits the Montgomery County law enforcement.
Excellent. So how did you get involved in this?
Well, I work for America's ER and Urgent Care.
And by the way, if you ever need to go to urgent care, I've been there. I've used y'all's imaging service. I've been there for urgent care. I've taken the kids there. Fabulous, fabulous place.
Fabulous, yes. So I do their digital media marketing, and just came upon this little tournament with some friends, and we decided to sponsor. So I think it's going to be a good cause. We like to be out and about in the community and help
Support
whenever we
local?
can. Yeah, support local, absolutely.
Excellent. So we're gonna definitely be talking about this next week too, just as a reminder to everybody to come out. But if you haven't been to Sawyer Park, our friend Haley over there is just fabulous, and they do such a great job. The food's great, drinks great, service is great, and it's indoor outdoor, so it's
It's Sawyer Park Ice House. So, I mean, it was formerly Papa's Ice House, and they just did a little facelift, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I pretty much probably support their wait staff.
Yeah.
Single-handedly.
I know. And we're sitting here, we're trying to get Mike Fortner convinced that he needs to also have a team for the cornhole tournament, Sharla's cornhole tournament.
I have about as much chance of winning that tournament as I do of getting words in with you two in the room. So,
you just got to jump in. You are not bashful.
We have all known each other for a very long
time.
Which is unfortunate. But
by the way, your dues are up for renewal for being my friend.
Yeah, for being your friend. Yeah, I don't think I've paid those in a long time, other than suffering with you. But no, we've all been good friends for a long time, so I'm really glad we can get together. I think it's a great cause that you're doing that for. I'm terrible at cornhole, but gosh, I hope that goes well for you.
I'm sure it will, and we would love to have your support just to come out and laugh.
Sure.
Since I'll be emceeing along with my cohort, Alice Ann Schweiker.
Oh,
so
it's gonna be a good
It's gonna be
time.
some good banter, I'm sure.
And Mike is with Open Door Benefits, but today he is here wearing his other hat,
Right.
which is Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Yeah, so I have a few hats actually, but this has kind of been a main one for almost a year now. We've started in production 11 months ago, but we build and deliver beds to children in Montgomery County who don't have a bed. So make that from raw lumber, and we have a wonderful facility donated to us out on 336 North from the United Methodist Church. Part of their disaster recovery warehouse is our space. So we build beds once a month. Anybody can volunteer to do that. You don't need any special skills or tools or anything.
All ages welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part.
For the most
Right.
part. It's we've had young kids out there it's just more limited as to what they can do.
Sure.
We're working with power tools and sawdust
Right.
and that sort of thing. So I know I mainly walk around and say, put that there. But we love to have families out there. It's a great activity, especially if the kids are, teenagers, because everybody can help.
Yeah.
So you can sand,
Grab a
drill.
piece of wood.
My two boys are usually out there staining the headboards and side rails, and that it's hard to explain on the radio. But we make the beds, and we make about anywhere between 30 and 50 beds each month.
Wow.
And then we'll deliver an average of 40 a month now on another day.
So tell me how you got introduced to Sleep in Heavenly Peace and what the need is here in Montgomery County, because we touched on this a little bit last week with Lindsay Kasperzak, who is here with the Pricity Foundation, and and we were explaining to her what y'all do, and she's like, I had no idea. So give us a little bit of a background.
Sure. So I discovered it in 2018. That was kind of when the organization exploded. It started in 2012 up in Idaho, when Luke Mickelson's garage. But in 2018, we were featured on some news stories. Returning the Favor with Mike Rowe did a feature on us.
I love Mike Rowe.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
And then there was a CNN article that I read on my phone, which I never read CNN, but I was flipping through my phone that day, and so figured out that this was around. Started volunteering in another chapter in Northwest Houston, who was one of the first ones after things exploded. And great chapter, a guy named Gary Aiken trained me and the other folks involved in the organization. But the deal is that about 3% of kids don't have a bed, and
3%.
you don't really think about that. But if that's the right number, which I actually think that's a little low, but here in Montgomery County, it means 18,000 children don't have a bed to sleep in.
That's a lot of kids.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it's something I am ashamed to say I never thought of
Right.
before I found the organization. But the numbers we see, that's accurate. We have over 200 kids right now on our waiting list, waiting for
Wow.
beds. And
And you're still getting more. So
Every
it's
day.
just a never-ending funnel.
bed requests every day. They request them on our website at shpbeds.org. The only requirement is that they be between 3 and 17, live in Montgomery County, and don't have a bed. There are no other financial requirements. We don't care about your background. It
Doesn't
makes
matter.
no difference. So we'll get together with a group of volunteers a week from Saturday. We'll deliver 40, maybe 44, 45 beds that day all over the county. Take them out, set them up, bring the mattress, the bedding, the pillow. That bed is ready to sleep in when we leave.
That's awesome. And so that's the other thing too, because you're not just supplying, just the hardware, the furniture. You're actually bringing in the bedding so they have their own personal space
Right.
that they've never had.
Right.
Probably.
All twin beds can be a single bed or a bunk bed, and then or a combination thereof. We've done a house with 6 kids in there. I think maybe 7 was the most. But it's whatever works. And so we try to find out what do they like? What's their favorite color, favorite character? Try to match up the bedding. The bedding is typically donated, but we do have to buy some bedding.
Right.
So we're going out, and if, little Billy wants cars or superheroes, we want to try to do that, right? We don't want to, we try to match that up. So when people, and the nice thing too is that even if you aren't volunteering, any donation helps. So pillows are about $4.
Right.
A bed in a bag, which is the easiest, is about $35.
Now, do you have a preferred place where y'all usually purchase those? Do you have, is it better for people to give you a cash donation, or do you have like an Amazon wish list where
That's what
people
I was
can
thinking,
just go
Amazon wish
purchase?
list.
Yeah. Yeah, we have an Amazon wish list. You can find that on our Facebook page. If you look for Sleep in Heavenly Peace, Montgomery County, we have everything listed there. You can donate cash, whichever is easiest for you. We don't really care where it comes from,
Right.
as much as Amazon is sometimes easiest, 'cause you can just click
And have it shipped
and it's
directly to
shipped
you.
right to
Right.
us. My office in downtown Conroe gets all the donations right there, and so. But people will sometimes find a deal, and there are plenty of times we're out there having a build or a delivery, and somebody just pull up in a truck and bring us
Just
12,
down- that's
25 50 sets of bedding, and so
Yeah.
it's amazing.
So so the first bed you built, did it like stand up and like hold a body?
Thankfully, because we didn't design it, and there are some really skilled people on our team, just
Yeah.
not me, right? So,
I'm just really worried about your skill set.
yeah, as you should be, yeah. But the design came from years of people who know how to do that, right? And then I got to give credit to Tom Michael, our build manager, who's the LMC 2016 best class ever. But he
Second.
he's pretty good. 13 was all right, but Tom is really the one with the building skills, and so he, myself, Will Warren, Jennifer Hudson, Tammy Michael. We've got some newer guys in there, Jim Barilak, Mike McElroy, and Morgan and Will Parsons. There's all sorts of people I can mention, but Tom is really the guy that knows how to build things and do things. And so really, you follow their system for building that bed. Every bed is the same, so
It's consistent.
yeah, you're putting 8 lag bolts into a single bed, right? It ain't going anywhere. Like, that bed is sturdy. It's not going to break. It can be used for years. All it needs is a mattress. Doesn't need a box spring, and everything's new. So they
Yeah.
have a brand new bed and bedding to go with.
So where do you get your mattresses from? Do y'all have a preferred place, or do they get donated? A little bit of both.
Can be a little both. Walmart mattresses are about $110, and so those work great if we can find those, especially on sale. Big Lots has good deals on mattresses too, and those tend to come in a box rolled up,
So
which
it's
is
a little bit
easiest
easier to store.
haul.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we get them from Houston Furniture Bank. So Houston Furniture Bank has a location on Sawdust Road, but they have a big manufacturing facility in Houston.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so they make their mattresses, so that's really where we get most of them from. They are not rolled up.
Right.
They're just flat mattresses, but nice
But
twin
it works.
mattresses. And mattresses average about $100 a piece. They're a lot more expensive than they used to be.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's in everything.
I was fixing
Right.
to say.
Yeah.
But the thing about a flat mattress is it just takes more vehicles to haul it. So our volunteers always get it done. We always have people showing up, and we're cramming mattresses into SUVs and whatever we got to get them out there.
And you have a lot of organizations that come out and do like build days, whether it be for team building or community service or.
Right. So we've had a lot of help from Fellowship of Montgomery, the church there, Church Project. Leadership Montgomery County's had a build day. And Consolidated Communications has been out. So, and you get people from other places all the time. But those are some of the ones that have been out in force. We welcome anybody
Yeah.
and come out and help us.
That's fun. And I can imagine that the kids are more than excited whenever you guys show up.
So there's nothing like bringing a child to bed. Like we've all done other volunteer things, and I tell you, my first delivery was with that other chapter. It was 5 beds in one house. These kids were sleeping on this big sectional couch, and I watched this 7-year-old girl climb in her unicorn bed, and that was it. I was done. I knew I'd do it for the rest
Yeah.
of my life, and I still have trouble holding it together sometimes.
Yeah.
After you leave a house, we just did a delivery with Family Promise. We work with some other nonprofits, CASA,
Right.
that help their folks out. Talked to Yes to Youth this morning about a case they have, and so sometimes those are even a more urgent need.
Right.
So we try to prioritize those. But we just did a Family Promise graduating family, I guess week before last. So that was great. They're getting their own place.
Yes.
Going for, and if you don't know Family Promise, for our audience out there, take
Marilyn
people-
Kazmierski does a fantastic job.
yeah, taking people from homelessness to having their own home,
Yeah.
back on their feet,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And so we were really happy to be able to work with them and get out there. So this little girl, again, I think she was 7. We finished her bed. A couple of volunteers with me, one from Fellowship in Montgomery, another one from the Woodlands Rotary. So the Woodlands Rotary's also been out to help us out and sponsored some stuff. And so we finish, and the little girl says, "Okay, well, now you can take the training wheels off my bike." All right, let's do
Let's
that.
go.
You know, sure. So just took a minute, took them off. She was so happy. She rode off on her bike. So, you know, but we just love doing it. It's a lot of hard work. We always need more volunteers to help us out, even administratively. But man, so worth it just to give a kid a bed.
Yeah. And what's the typical turnaround time? I mean, you said you've got 200 kids on a waiting list and you're turning out 40 a month.
Yeah, so at that rate, it'll be 5 months
Yeah.
before we really get through everything. With new ones coming in every day, we're missing some. And our biggest issue is funding there. So it's not really volunteers. It's
Right.
not really time. It's that we're spending about everything we have every month to buy lumber and mattresses because they're so expensive.
Yeah.
The price of lumber is outrageous.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
it's
the
ridiculous.
cost of a typical like full turnkey bed donation?
So one bed is about $250.
Which is pretty amazing.
Right,
I mean, considering
right.
what you're getting.
And that's bedding, that's pillow, that's
Everything.
mattress, everything. But one bed is about $250. So with 200 kids waiting, that's what, $50,000 we would need to solve that. And we have people donating every month. You can be what we call a bunkhead, which is just a really cool title for you if
Yeah,
you donate
I like it.
$20 a month, right?
Like it, yeah.
But but if you do 20 a month, that's one bed a year. So you think you're just doing a little bit at a time. So so a bunkhead, we have the bunkhead club going on. We have a few members of that. And then, people, it's surprising how many donations come up. We feel like, okay, we're out of money. And then
I mean, we really do live in one of the most charitable communities
Oh, it's amazing.
anywhere. Yeah.
Friends of Conroe has helped us out before. You hooked us up with them. And then, the Rotary just donated to us, Woodlands Rotary. We've been chosen just this week as the charity for the WISE
I
conference.
saw that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, things happen. I know I'm missing some donors out there just
Yeah.
off the top of my head, but people realize how important it is and people really help out. And so, people always say, well, what can I do? Any amount of money,
Helps.
even just a pillow, makes a big difference for us because not having to go buy that. And all of us in leadership have all pitched in and we're willing to. But gosh, just, dropping off a pillow
Makes a big
at
difference.
318 North Main over here at my office. Big deal.
So where can they go to find out more information? What's the easiest way for them to get in touch with you?
So most of the information is on our Facebook page, and hopefully they're on Facebook. But Sleep and Emily Peace, Montgomery County, or -TX Montgomery County is where most of it's posted. Our website has a little bit about the organization, and we can customize our webpage. But honestly, we're building beds and delivering.
You're
beds,
busy
and
doing other
so,
things.
Yeah, it's just that's not our strong point at the moment.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to help us with that, we'd love another volunteer. But our Facebook page, and we have an Instagram as well, but Facebook has most of the info.
Excellent. Well, I've got a couple of youth organizations that I would love to connect you with, not only on the fundraising side, but also on the volunteer side, because I think, with all of us is, we're all involved in the community in several different ways, but I think it's important for the youth that are coming up in the community to realize what their, classmates are dealing with. And I think a lot of them don't really have that kind of understanding of that, somebody in their class, may be crashing on the floor or whatever.
Yeah, there's nothing more powerful than watching a kid see another kid and being able to help them out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
It's a long-lasting impression.
It is. We've had high school students out, youth groups out, my children, even just as a personal experience, there's,
Yeah, what do your kids think?
sometimes they complain like any kid will, right?
They are your children.
But yeah, they are. They got those terrible genetics to deal with me being their father.
Just awful.
But I tell you, we did one delivery where I was able to take them and my stepson as well out, and we delivered to my kids' age. They were exactly their age. And so these two boys,
What are their ages?
so 13 and 16 for another few weeks.
Yeah.
So we got one turning 14 and one turning 17. And they, I know. And so, but they saw someone their exact same age in their exact same school district, different schools, but without a bed.
Yeah.
And there's an impact. on there for sure. They get it, and that's just an added benefit to this whole thing.
Yeah.
I want those kids off the floor, but also to be able to show kids how it's appreciated and what it means to someone.
And how you can make a difference just,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, just doing, you don't always think about how sanding a piece of wood help somebody out, but that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, and I think it's something that, especially a bed, it's easy for all of us to take for granted. There are lots of days when I don't feel like getting out of mine, but not
Right.
having one that you can crawl into to begin with.
Yeah, seeing a kid on a couch or a floor or a cot, it'll change your world
Yeah.
to bring them into something. And so I'm extremely proud of the work we've done. It's been over 300 beds since we started.
Which was in
May of last year.
Wow.
So our first bed request was on Mother's Day last year, so that was very special to us. And then we got to deliver 5 beds that week, and that was a family that was a victim of the freeze last year.
Yeah.
And so we try to take pictures, and that's another powerful thing
Yeah.
for Facebook, but we always do that with the family's permission. And so the thing about that first delivery was she did not want pictures because her kids were being bullied in school for not having a bed.
No.
And so,
I just don't understand how.
right, yeah, it's just, it gets you, but just to be able to help someone out
Yeah.
in that respect. And they were so thankful.
And fill that one need at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just for someone to say thank you, and it's always nice to bring them out, but to see the gratitude on mom or grandma or
Right.
dad or whoever it is that you're with. A lot of these folks are doing everything they can. These are not bad people. These
Right.
are just people
Bad
going through
circumstances.
circumstances.
Yeah.
We've all had tough times. and
Absolutely.
So,
Well, and
Man.
I can envision too that the need is only going to be growing as the situation in our country is getting more complicated.
right.
So that need is just going to keep growing. I saw something the other day. They're talking, of course, we've been dealing with, new property appraisals coming out, and it's been a big topic of conversation over the last week or so. And there are going to be lots of people, I'm afraid, that are going to be displaced out of their homes because of, not only just because property tax is going up, but because of that rents are going up. And we're running out of space in Montgomery County as it is. So I can see that could be a real problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's never going to go away.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to do as much as we can and help other places get chapters too, right? Like there's several other chapters in Houston, but the east side of Houston is unserved. Walker County is unserved. So
And y'all serve all of Montgomery County,
All of
right?
Montgomery
Northeast,
County.
South, and West.
we go by zip codes. We do touch Harris County just because some
Because it
zip
overlaps,
codes cross
yeah.
over. But we wanted to do the entire county. We didn't want to miss out, which
Yeah.
means we're driving to get to some places, but so worth it.
So worth it. So I think we're going to have to go build some beds sometime.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
I'll wear my
supervise.
tool belt. I think
Well-
From a tool belt.
I have a bedazzled tool belt. I don't know if you
We'll
know
find
about
Charlotte
that.
an
I did
easy,
not know that about you.
easy
I
job.
I
have
don't
a-
have power tools.
I have a pink tool set though.
Oh, Brittany does too.
Does
she
she?
never uses it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Jennifer, you'll know my Jennifer,
we love
Jennifer
your Jennifer.
Hudson. and
We got.
so-
She deserves a medal.
Well, she does for a lot
so
of
many
things.
reasons.
For a
So
lot
many
of things.
reasons.
But after she got delivery trained, she said, "Okay, I want my own bag because we do, tool bags for delivery. So she has her own pink bag, and she's got her own drill.
Nice.
So we use impact drivers to put those
Yeah.
together. So yeah, she's got her own stuff. So
Now, when y'all deliver the beds, so do y'all deliver them in pieces but ready to be assembled?
Right.
So they're not already assembled whenever
Correct.
you're going to.
Yeah.
I can imagine that would be a little bit harder to move in. Yeah. Sorry.
A lot of the rooms are tight. Like,
Yeah.
kids have stuff, and even when they don't, rooms
Yeah.
are small sometimes, and so this is just a twin bed. There's not really anything extra to it,
But still.
you're scooting things around to get in there and
Yeah.
putting bolts in. But delivery is the coolest part.
The coolest part.
Yeah.
So how when a family goes and actually puts in a request for a bed, and like you said, it's a very simple process. Do they have? I mean, they request. This is what they're into. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Do you check back with them like whenever you get a little bit closer to the time where you can actually deliver it to them?
Right. So we're calling, emailing sometimes, but calling mostly and saying, okay. And we can do it in Spanish as well. We have people who do that.
Interesting.
Mi español es muy mal, but
So is your English, but
right. But I get by. So we call and we say, okay, tell me what's going on, and not to verify anything else, but what are their ages, names, likes, dislikes, all those sorts of things, because it's happened more than once where they will list, Billy is 7. Well, it turn out it's not Billy, it's Wilhelmina. It's just that, things go, you got to verify who are you dealing with, and what do they like for colors, so we try to get as close as possible. Things are donated typically, but gosh, I want them to have, we had a request a couple weeks ago for periwinkle.
Oh my
so we had
gosh.
to Google periwinkle. What's that color?
That's this
right?
color right here.
It's Charla's color. I should have
you.
called.
It's on my nails.
Yeah. So, so
You didn't know how prepared you
you
were
could just
for
call
today.
me. I mean,
Right.
I'm really good with colors.
well, luckily I had Jennifer right there to say
Good,
this
good,
is what
Jennifer.
periwinkle is. So we went and picked out periwinkle because we didn't have anything close.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and this was a special case through an agency, so we wanted to make sure it was right, and got it done.
That's
so,
awesome.
So we just verify that. We try to make sure they can be available. Since we work on Saturday mornings, typically, are they available on Saturday morning? There's activity, there's
Yeah.
work, all those sorts
Things
of
going on.
things. And if they absolutely can't, then we'll try to work out another time where we can be there.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I could see us doing a build day. Mm-hmm. Now, how long have y'all known each other?
Fortner and I.
Uh-huh.
Ugh, man, 98.
God, has it been that long?
I know.
How did y'all first meet? I know you and I first met through Woodlands Chamber.
I think that was the same thing.
right.
Except that, he put an ad out in the paper looking for friends, and I felt sorry for him. So that's why he pays me money.
It was a terrible ad because I only got Grayson out of it.
Oh.
So, yeah, it did not work out well. That was the last ad I ever put out.
It's like wasn't it like in large print,
It
like in the
was, yeah.
singles section?
Oh, God, no.
No, not at all. No, but yeah, I think the Woodlands Chamber
Yeah,
as
Chamber.
well. And I really started networking in late 97.
That's when I moved here.
Yeah, so early 98.
To Montgomery
so I
County.
think, and we were diplomats together
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
we were
we
as
were
well
too.
for the chamber. And so,
And we are again.
I know.
yeah,
Just
good
need to
for
bring
y'all.
you back.
Yeah,
Thanks.
good for
Just
y'all.
suck you
Full
back in
circle.
to the dip team. I remember whenever we met, I remember the Fortner raps.
Oh, yeah, with Tanya, Brian.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That
Still
was
rap
hilarious.
in your free time?
So there
Please
are
don't.
occasionally, sometimes
Bet you make your sons
friends
pretty
get
proud.
those on their birthdays.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, we get
That's
the
right.
poems.
We get the poems
Sometimes,
on Facebook.
Yeah.
But
You've been kind of slacking lately.
hey, there's a lot going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, it's prioritized, so I don't really.
Oh,
deal
he
with-
just puts a hand up to my face.
Right here on the radio.
Everybody can see it. But no, I enjoyed that. It got me a lot of attention, and I do seek attention, as everybody knows. So
Positive and negative.
That's right. But no, we were at networking breakfast, and back then I was a financial planner, not just an insurance guy like now. And there were like 5, 6 of us in the room, and so I said, "Well, what can I do
Kind of stand out.
so people remember it?" 'Cause
Yeah.
I call afterwards, and they go, "Who are you? Which one?" Well, there's the key.
This is me.
So just talk about other people, put that in a nice rhyming form.
Ish.
Ish. Yeah.
ish.
Emphasis on the ish.
Bribe people to go at the end so everybody pays attention, and it worked. And so, and here we are.
There you go.
So,
Here we
yeah.
are. The rest is
Yeah,
history.
that's right.
Yeah. So, Sharla, you work for America's ER.
Yes.
And y'all have the location on 1488 that I know of.
Well, it's right off 14. It's
Right.
2978 in Research Forest.
Right.
Yeah.
which is kind of over there in the new Magnolia
Yes,
area, as far as
Magnolia.
my brain relates
Yeah,
to it.
the Woodlands-ish.
Yeah,
if you will.
ish.
Yeah.
And y'all do everything from medical care, urgent care, doctors' offices, and I had to take Jackson whenever
Right.
he got hurt. That y'all got me into y'all's MRI service like so quick, and it really helped expedite his healing, which made it possible for him to be playing baseball this spring.
Yeah. So we do have it's called diagnostic MRI. And
Magnetic resonance imaging, in case you're looking for the term.
Okay,
Yeah.
we all know it as MRI.
Sure.
And anyway, so it's another company it's in the
Within,
same building
right.
as America's ER. So yeah, we do all that good stuff as well. And
And y'all do kids. Y'all like have specialty pediatric
oh, we
rooms
have
and
the most
everything.
wonderful pediatric suites, and it's all decorated like underwater, and we have little themed characters, and we also have another site in Cypress. It's at Spring Cypress and Grant Road, and so we have another pediatric suite there with another character, and just a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
we just want to make sure not everybody likes to go to urgent care or ER, and we just want to make sure that their experience is pleasant.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I know that the times that I've been, it's been very, very pleasant. And not only that, but y'all do so much in the community too. Y'all are very involved with different organizations. Anything you can do to really give back, which I think is so
Yes.
important.
Well, this past weekend we were the volunteer sponsor for the Fidelity Woodlands Waterway Arts Festival.
Yeah. How was the arts
That was
festival?
great. We went. It was beautiful weather.
It
and,
was gorgeous.
Had a really good time, and saw a lot of smiling faces that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So that was good. Everybody's getting out.
Did you find some art?
I did. I mean, I didn't buy any, but
Yeah.
I looked at it a lot. Yeah. So some interesting things.
Yeah.
To see, and but yeah, we had a really good time. Like I said, it was beautiful.
That's good.
Anything Elvis related? that
I
you
did not
found?
see anything Elvis
Oh, okay.
related.
Charlotte's a giant Elvis fan for our audience. That
Yeah.
I'm trying to shy away from that.
We need to find you a new target.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking Dolly Parton now. I think I
Oh, I
might
think
have
that's a
I
great
might have
one.
a Dolly
That'd be
Parton
nice.
room next. I don't
That's
know.
great. I
Yeah,
like it.
We'll see.
Are we going to have a Dolly Parton head?
Listen,
that
don't
sings
get me
like
started.
the Elvis.
So, and Mike, you have open door benefits. So
Right.
you've been doing that for how long?
So I've been in insurance. It'll be 25 years in July.
God, you're old.
I know, right? I mean, almost as old as Sharla Grayson. And so, but I went back independent as open door benefits now I guess it's been 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And moved to the downtown Conroe.
Downtown Conroe, yeah, for the last 3, I think.
Yeah.
And love it here. I wish I would have discovered it before. Always was in the Woodlands and didn't really think about Conroe so much. But downtown has a totally different energy, as you know, than
Yeah.
anywhere else.
And you've seen it evolve over
Oh.
just the last 3 years. It's
Yeah.
changed so much.
It's gotten so much nicer
Yeah.
over time. And
Even
so
with you here, it's got
I know,
nice.
right? In spite
So
of
weird.
it. And so what impressed me was I was moving in, always by myself, and because you can't call Charlotte for help. But
I was very busy that day.
Sure, yeah. So I'm
Had anyone
moving.
else done?
I'm moving my stuff
Miracle.
in, and somebody just on the street, I had no idea who they were, asked me if I needed help.
Yeah.
And that was so impressive to me. And people do that. It's a very,
That's good.
very, very
Yeah.
small town.
Feel.
Yeah, I love that. Right next to Mimi's on Main.
Mm-hmm.
They're very nice in there. Get my haircut at the oldest barbershop in Texas.
Right.
Leon around the corner
Yep.
there. And
Oh,
so
you
yeah.
have to get that cut? It didn't seem like there's. Okay, never mind.
probably about as often as you have yours colored. But,
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There's a reason why this isn't a 2-hour show today, folks. Because it's just going to steadily go downhill from
That's
here.
right. Yes. Should not have gotten both of us in
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
a
This was.
Terrible idea.
This
yeah.
was a great idea. And, I know how much y'all are involved in the community and, and it's always fun to, Mike, finally dragging you over here somewhat permanently, at least business-wise, across the San Jacinto River. And occasionally I can get Charlita over here too.
Yeah, I like to venture my way north.
Yeah, I know. It's we got to experience some downtown Conroe for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. And but there's always so much going on down here, so just get you over here on the north side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an Uber ride away.
Just an Uber ride away. Well, I want to thank you so much, both of y'all, for being here.
Thank you for
today.
having
No, we've still got a little bit of time. Nobody
I
panic.
was gonna-
Um,
it's just time flies.
I know it's just like that.
Yeah.
So what else has been going on? What else y'all have going on in the community?
You know you're on camera, right? When you're making that face,
Oh.
like you're.
God, don't put me on the spot like that, Christy.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do. Well, we know we have Justice of the Peace, Precinct 3, Matt Beasley's crawfish boil coming up on the 28th.
The Beasley boil.
The Beasley boil. And that one's going to be at Sawyer Park as well, right?
Absolutely.
That's going to be a lot of fun. This Friday, they're actually doing the Buckle Down South Festival at Bull Salas Park over there on 59 over in East County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to be having a cook-off and a car show, a big music festival, and all kinds of fun stuff. So if anybody's looking for something to do, there's that. Also coming up, Bash Under the Big Top, which is coming up on the 29th. That is the Willis Independent School District Education Foundation fundraiser.
Whoa.
I know. I got all of that out in one time. And then like I said, next week we've got Katie coming on with Bears Etc. Do you know Katie? I know you've got to know
Oh,
Katie.
yeah.
Everybody knows Katie with Bears Etc.
Katie Krause.
Katie Krause.
I don't think so.
So she has her bear crawl, her bear pub crawl coming up.
Oh, fun.
Yes, and so lots of places where you can go and grab an adult beverage and support Bears Etc., which is always fun. And then there's Kids Fest coming up on April 30th. Have you ever been to Kids Fest?
I think my two are older now,
Yeah.
so they don't want to go out in public typically.
Right.
But I think we went to Kids Fest a long time ago.
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I would suspect that America's ER would be at Kids Fest too,
Where's Kids Fest?
in downtown Conroe.
Oh,
I know.
Right here.
to see.
Sharing all those beautiful, pediatric treatment rooms
Oh,
that you've got.
look at that plug.
Look at that plug. See, I'm working you right here. And I also wanted to make sure we do give a little bit of shout out. I didn't want to do this at the first because I know this is kind of a touchy subject, but we have some friends that have something going on. So if you are the praying kind, please keep Dylan, Tara, and Keith in your prayers. They've got some medical issues that are happening, and they're very great friends of Sharla's, sweet friends of mine, and love them dearly. But if you are the praying kind, be sure that you lift them
Thank
up
you,
in prayer
Christy.
today. You're welcome. Because we all have struggles, right?
We do.
All have stuff going on. But anyway, it's going to be a beautiful weekend.
Yes.
So if you're looking to go and deliver some beds, you can reach out to Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can send us a Facebook message. All my contact info is on there, and then we would love to have some more folks out next Saturday.
Is that next Saturday? Not Easter weekend
23rd,
Saturday,
right.
the 23rd.
Yeah, we try to avoid holidays.
Holidays, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
But the 23rd, except for Thanksgiving, we do some stuff around Thanksgiving
Yeah.
that week, and we're planning something big for Thanksgiving this year. So we try to do more deliveries in December. So we try not to build in December, just deliver. So
Yeah.
we make more to get out there, getting kids in beds before Christmas is great.
Sure.
One other thing next week. I'm not sure how many spots are left, but the 2022 LMC class is having their presentation.
I heard
on
they were
their,
the best year.
No, that would be 2015.
Oh.
And it's best class ever.
Oh, best class ever.
50, I'm not sure if you're all right on those
I mean,
numbers.
I
but,
hear. That's what I hear every year.
but they're doing their bookmark presentation for Dispute Resolution Center.
Oh, great.
So next Thursday. So
Which is where?
that
know?
is at an undisclosed
Location,
location.
very top secret.
That I can look up.
So if you do have people want to show up to see you and help next Saturday, the 23rd,
Right.
what time do y'all usually get started?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Try to beat the sun and the heat. We are mostly in the shade, and we do have some sun protection. It just depends on the weather
Yeah.
of the day. We've been blessed where we haven't had to do a lot. And usually the rain stays away. We were rained out in February, but we can go inside. It just makes it really dusty, so we try to stay outside. But 8 o'clock, and just show up. We'll
And
get
show
you
up
signed
to
up.
the facility, which is
3765 North Loop, 336 East, which is near 336 and 105.
okay.
And it's incredibly difficult to find. So if you think you're on it, you're probably on top of the overpass.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Right, yeah.
Because it's the metal building facility down there.
Right.
Whenever you're I
So
know.
take the exit by the Walgreens that looks like you're headed towards the railroad tracks.
Yep.
Circle around and you're right there.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
We can help you get in there, but a lot of fun. Good hard work, but you're not lifting things all day. You're just sanding or drilling or whatever you're doing. So
And that's awesome. So that's on Saturday, and then Sunday, Sawyer Park.
That's it.
I know. So does the competition actually start at noon, or is that when Sawyer Park opens?
No,
or
no, no. That's the actual tournament starts.
Actual start.
Yeah.
So they need to show up a little bit earlier so they can do some stretching. And
Yeah, maybe
like,
so. Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
drink a
We might
mimosa or
have a
Bloody
little-
Mary.
Yeah,
Bloody
we might
Mary
have a
something.
little, calisthenics, before.
Yeah.
You never know.
kind of a Richard Simmons kind of.
Yeah, exactly. I'll
Yeah.
be sure to wear my leotards.
May not draw a crowd.
Yeah, I know, right?
Or maybe it will.
Well,
Oh God.
just
no.
depends. Yeah.
And as far as people that want to compete, they don't have to be police officers or firefighters.
Not at all.
It's
not at
open
all.
to the public.
But we are encouraging. We have more police officers than we have firefighters.
What?
So just saying, we need some firefighters
guys
up
need to
in there.
step it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I know the Woodlands Firefighter Foundation. I've done some work with them before, and such a great group of folks over there, and they, raise funds, through multiple ways. Obviously, this is a new one because this is the first annual, correct?
Yes, this is
Hopefully to be the annual.
Yes.
And but they, help all first responders all over Montgomery County with anything from medical expenses to living expenses, whatever they might need, because there are always so many things that first responder families could need, whether it be an emergency or not emergency.
Absolutely.
And right now, we have so many firefighters even from Montgomery County that are out fighting the wildfires here in Texas and beyond, and so it's a great way to come out and say thank you and show
Absolutely.
some support.
Yeah,
And what better way to show some support by eating some barbecue and having a beer?
absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's always a fun time for me.
I know. It's
So if somebody's not going to play, can they still show up to the event and
course.
just purchase a meal? How do they help
purchase the
help
ticket?
out if they're not a cornhole person?
Well, I mean, there's other ways to get
Well, you got
involved.
the
And
silent
we have
auction
the
and
silent
everything.
auction.
Okay.
And
Are y'all still collecting silent auction
We
items?
are. We are.
Excellent.
So you can look us up on Facebook, either myself or Amber Sycophus or Nicholas Boone's
Or
Restoration.
probably even through Sawyer Park.
Even through Sawyer Park.
Uh-huh.
And if you would like to be a sponsor, if you'd like to donate a door prize, not a door prize, but a silent auction prize, anything like that, we welcome it, of course.
Excellent. I'll have to see what I can do.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you
A
guys.
date with Christy.
Hey, you know what? I will put that on the auction block.
That would
if you
go
think, if you think,
right away.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Everybody'd be like running away. It'd be crickets.
No way.
I'd be like going in, filling in the blank myself.
It's just
Want a date with myself.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I know. Thanks for putting that out there.
You're
though.
welcome.
I appreciate that. But
she
thank-
tried the date with Sharla and it
Yeah,
didn't work out,
It didn't go well.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could live auction that off.
This is true.
I know. Never know. But anyway, thank you guys so much again for coming in today. And I know it was kind of last minute, and but so glad
fun.
that y'all were
Fun
here. And again, if you have any questions, you can also always look up at Cornhole for a Cause, I think is what it's what the event is called on Facebook.
Yes, I believe so, yes.
So make sure you go and like it. You can get all the information there, find out how to register, sign your team up. Let's get some teams out there and support all these great first responders that, more than deserve our help. And then, of course, you've got Sleep in Heavenly Peace, Montgomery County, right?
Right.
Because I can Google it and find you guys, but I couldn't find y'all's, tag.
Yeah, on Facebook, it's Sleep in Emily Peace -TX Montgomery County. So
Okay.
there's all chapters. Every chapter has a Facebook page. There's over almost 300 chapters
Yeah.
now. But just look me up, Mike Fortner. It's all over my page.
Yeah.
And so
And make sure that you go and either give a monetary donation or, if you've got a great connection for some mattresses or some bedding or something.
would love mattresses.
Love
It's
it
huge
all.
expense. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank y'all again so much for being here. For those of y'all that this is your first time tuning in, make sure you like and follow the Moxie Innovative Facebook page so that you can see us every week as we come to toast all of Montgomery County. And speaking of which, thank you guys for being here today. Definitely the best of Montgomery County, helping our community out in so many different ways. And make sure that you keep us informed. Let us know if there's ever anything else new that's going on so we can make sure
Absolutely.
everybody knows
My
about it.
pleasure.
But like and follow the Moxie Innovative Facebook page as we celebrate the hump hour of Hump Day. Hard to believe we're already halfway through April already, but we just going to keep on going.
That's it.
Anyway,
That's all that you do.
so thanks for tuning in today. Y'all make it a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you.